Hello everyone, this is part 16 of What If Naruto Fell in Love with Hinata in High School, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. Naruto woke up before the sun was even out. He showered while whistling a merry tune and scarfed breakfast down. He went to Jiraiya's room and woke him up. Why the hell are you so happy? He mumbled, still half asleep. No reason, Naruto said and walked out the house. Jiraiya yawned and slouched to the shower. Naruto was full of energy and felt like nothing could bring him down today. Hinata doesn't have to hide me anymore. We can go out and do whatever whenever we want. He was smiling all the way to school, causing people to look at him. When he arrived at the school, he met Sasuke by the school's statue. Hey loser, Sasuke greeted him smirking. Naruto walked up to him and gave him a light punch in the shoulder. Hey, you look awfully cheerful today, Sasuke commented, seeing Naruto practically skip into the school. Things have just gotten better with me and Hinata, Naruto said as he sat down on a bench. Sasuke sat on top of the bench trying to look cool. You know, I thought there would be like no chance in hell that we would be friends or anything. Yeah, Naruto said, how did we start hanging out again? Competing in PE, I think. You tried to run more laps than me. And I won. Ha, Naruto laughed. Yeah, but then Lee outlapped you, Sasuke pointed out. That was a fluke. We already know I'm better at anything than you. Sounds like a challenge to me, Naruto said. Today at PE we'll see who can do more push-ups. Deal. Loser has to go on Lee's and Guy exercise routines for the whole week. Sasuke and Naruto shook hands. Good morning, Naruto, Hinata said as she walked up to her boyfriend. Morning, Naruto said as he jumped forward and gave her a kiss. See ya in class, Sasuke. The two went into the library and, much to Shikamaru's annoyance, sat down with him. What's up? He yawned. Wait, what are you doing here, Hinata? Things got better, Naruto answered for her as he held hands with her under the table. How great is this? He had a smile on his face. Why don't you and Temari go out with us on a double date this Friday? Well, Shikamaru looked for an excuse not to go in his mind. Actually, Naruto, it slipped my mind, but my dad wants to have you over for dinner before he actually accepts you as my boyfriend, Hinata said. I was hoping you could come over this Friday. Meet your dad, Naruto gulped, but he's like scary as hell. I'm still kinda shocked from last time. Shikamaru sighed and leaned back in his chair. Great, a double date. Yeah, like I'd ever go out that. You know what I noticed? Choji sat down and took out a strawberry Pop-Tart from his pocket. Oh hey Choji, Shikamaru gave him a heads up. Hey, yeah, I noticed that you guys always decide to go out on a Friday. Shake it up a bit. He shook his hands. Why not go to dinner Wednesday or today? Hinata thought about it for a second. There was Carnival, the movie. Hinata counted her fingers as she did. The movie again when I got out of the hospital, and last week at Luna Lake. Naruto did the same. Yeah, you're right. Naruto sighed. Might as well go today. He slouched his shoulders but then perked up. Then we can double date with Shikamaru. He laughed. Crap. He looked over at Choji. You planned that, didn't you? Alright, I'll call my father when get home and plan for tonight. What time is okay with you? Hinata asked. Well, let's see, I'm gonna need time to get ready, and I need to tell my father as well. Around 8. Sounds good. I'll try to make Hanabi behave. She sighed. The bell then rang and the group left for class. Naruto stood outside the mansion gates. A sweat ran down his spine. I hope I look alright. He looked down at himself. He was wearing a black suit and had a tie wrapped around his N. He tried to loosen it up a bit. This thing is choking me. It's been a good day so far. Seeing Hinata early, beating Sasuke, not getting called on in Kakashi's class. Here we go. He pressed the button beside the gates and awaited a response. Naruto, said a cheerful voice. Hi, Hanabi, Naruto asked. We've been waiting for you, will open the gates, she said, and the gates slowly opened. Thanks, he said and walked up to the door. Before he had a chance to knock, the door flew open. Hanabi waiting on the other side, dressed in a blue sleeveless dress that glittered. You look cute, Naruto complimented her. Hanabi blushed and winked at him. You don't look too bad yourself either. Where's Hinata? Naruto asked as he walked into the mansion. She has to stay in her room tonight, Hanabi said as she led the way to the kitchen. It's just going to be us and my father. Great. Naruto walked into the dining room. It had a long table for dinner parties and above it hung a chandelier. Naruto took a seat next to the head of the table with Hanabi sitting down next to him. Just got to wait for her, old man, huh? Did I say you could sit? A voice boomed from behind him, making him stand up immediately. Sorry, sir. Naruto apologized without turning around. Hiashi pulled his chair back and shook Naruto's hand. Now you may take a seat. Naruto sat back down and stared down at the table. Good evening, sir. Let's just make one thing clear. Hiashi said, I'm not too happy of the thought of my daughter having a boyfriend. He looked at Naruto closely. At least it seems you're taking this seriously. First, let me ask a few things. Like what, sir? Naruto lifted his head and made eye contact with Hiashi. Well, for starters, why exactly do you like Hinata? He crossed his arms and stared at Naruto. Naruto stayed quiet for a second. This ought to be good. Hanabi smiled. Well, sir, I like Hinata because first, she's just so cute. He answered, blushing. This was not something that was easy to say to the father of his girlfriend. Also because she is just a fun person to be with. Even we are together and not doing anything, we're still having a good time. That's it, Hanabi shouted. I thought you would have said something like, because she's hot and her BS are big, or something like that. Hanabi pounded her fist on the table, causing her glass to spill water on the mat. Hanabi, I didn't see you there. Go to your room or Hinata's, we have things to talk about. What? I dressed up in this frilly dress for nothing. She pouted. Her father looked at her and she gave in. She sulked to the stairs and went to Hinata's room. It's over already? Hinata asked. No. Dad made me come up here. She grinned. Luckily I put a transmitter just before I left. She ran to her room and was followed by Hinata. Wait, I want to hear too. Hinata said. They entered the room, which was looked like furthest thing from a 13-year-old girl's room. There was posters of bands that hardly anyone knew. There was a. Here it is. Hanabi pulled out a speaker from her drawer. Now we listen, she said as she turned the volume up. Shush. Hinata hushed her sister. Hanabi threw the dress she was wearing at Hinata and put on an oversized black shirt and sweatpants. Hanabi did bring up an interesting point. Hiashi said, you aren't just after her body, are you? Of course not, Naruto said. So you're saying that you aren't thinking about having sex with my daughter? That statement made Hinata go absolutely red. Why did he say that? She covered her face. Of course not, Naruto repeated. Why not? Hiashi growled. She's not good enough for you. No. Wait. That's not what I meant. Naruto cried. He was lost and did not know how to answer the question. Hiashi snapped his fingers and a butler came with the food. He put the plates in front of Hiashi and Naruto. He places a large tray in the middle and served them the drinks. Wine for Hiashi and a cup of orange soda for Naruto. Naruto took a sip and sighed. Mr. Hyuga, I don't know how to answer that question. I say one thing, you get angry. I say the opposite, you're still angry. Hiashi opened the tray. Inside lay a mouth-watering lobster. What? They get lobster? Hanabi punched the floor. I want some too. She got up and ran to the door. Hinata stretched out her hand and grabbed the back of her shirt, making her fall back. Stay here. They sat down by the radio and listened in. Naruto and Hiashi talked very little throughout dinner. They exchanged a few words, but for the half hour or so that they were there it was quiet. It was an uncomfortable and unbearable silence. Naruto, Hiashi said as he got up and wiped his mouth, join me outside. He walked towards the back of the mansion and opened the glass doors. Naruto followed him. What? I didn't know they were going somewhere else, Hanabi said. Things seem to be going okay, I guess. What now? She bit her fingernails. To your room and open up the window. Hanabi ran out the room and into Hinata's arms, out like she was flying. Wait. Hinata got up and tripped. Ow. By the time she got in, Hanabi had already had the window open and was staring at them. What are they saying? Don't know too far. Hiashi and Naruto stood before the family's magnificent garden. You seem like good guy Naruto. Hiashi said. This brought a smile to Naruto's face. You seem to truly love my daughter. I can tell by your outfit that you aren't some kind of gang member who is just out to hurt my daughter. I was in a gang before though. I'll grant you permission to date Hinata. Thank you sir. Naruto shouted and jumped up and down. Look, Hinata pointed, that means good news. But, Naruto stopped jumping. If you ever, he stressed that word, do anything to hurt her in any way, physically or emotionally, you can bet that you suffer. A sweat ran down Naruto's face. Don't worry sir. Nothing like that will ever happen. It better not. Now you can go home now. It's a school night, I'll tell Hinata what happened. He said and patted Naruto on the shoulder. Can't I just tell her myself? Hiashi only had to give Naruto the look and that made leave immediately. He stayed in the garden for a while longer. Hinata is growing up. What happened? Hanabi asked. I don't know. He seemed all happy a minute ago and now he seems scared. Hinata shut the window and raced downstairs. She caught up to Naruto just before he left the mansion. What did he say? Everything's okay. He gave her a thumbs up. But I didn't tell you that. He winked at her. He doesn't want me to tell you. Just go upstairs and pretend like I never told you. Hinata smiled and hugged him. He gave her a kiss on the cheek and left the house. The group sat on the rooftop with Sasuke joining them. He lay on the floor outside. The group collapsed and having hard time breathing. Come on Sasuke, aren't you overreacting? Naruto laughed. Sasuke turned his head to the side and took a breath. You've never been through his workouts. You have no right to talk. What exactly did you do with Lee? Sakura asked as she took a bite out of a strawberry. 15 laps around the school. That's not so bad. We usually do things like that in PE. Naruto said. As a warm-up, Sasuke finished his sentence, and everyone groaned. Then we moved on to 200 push-ups, followed by 300 sit-ups, and we finished up with 400 jumping jacks. Damn, I feel sorry for you. Choji said as he munched on some fries. Sasuke let out a groan. And he said that tomorrow we begin to get serious. Sakura giggled and went back to talking with the others. This is what you get for not caring when we went out. School's almost over, right? Naruto stood up. We should all go out to a beach or something. The only places I've really been to are the city, hospital, and Luna Lake. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. Sakura said, putting her finger on her chin. When should we do it? How about this Saturday? Shikamaru suggested. Hinata stayed quiet. Me? In a bathing suit, in front of people, in front of Naruto. She got red just thinking about it. Which beach are we going to? Choji asked. We could go to the one in Wave City, but it's really crowded. The one in Suna City is small but it's pretty nice. It's a no-brainer. Ino said, sitting down. You guys do know that the bell rang already, right? Oh crap. Naruto finished the last of his soda and jumped up. Hinata, Shikamaru, Choji, let's go. They ran to the door and dashed to class. I can't move, Sasuke yelled as he struggled to his feet. I'll help you Sasuke. Ino's eyes glowed as she helped Sasuke to his feet. So what were you talking about a beach TS? Am I invited? After school Naruto, Hinata, Choji, and Sakura visited the ice cream shop. They ordered their ice cream and sat down at a table. So how are we gonna get there? Naruto took a lick from his chocolate ice cream. None of us really know how to drive. We could just take a bus there. Choji suggested as he bit the top of his ice cream off. Oh, Ino invited herself, Sakura said. She did. Hinata asked, well, it will be more fun that way. She smiled and licked her strawberry ice cream. Yeah, we need more chicks. Choji grinned. It would have just been you two. Maybe we can get Shika's girlfriend to come too. A smile came across Naruto's face. Why are you so happy? Choji asked. Well, I never really hung out with anybody like this back in Whirlpool. The guys I hung out with were more aggressive and would never think of doing fun stuff like this. He smiled again. I'll be back, I'm going for another scoop. He got up and went back to the register. Me too. Choji got up and followed. Hinata smiled and she licked her ice cream again. Pissed Hinata. Sakura whispered to her from across the table. You got your bikini ready? Hinata blushed and shook her head. I don't even own a swimsuit. What? Come on, we have to go buy you one as soon as we leave. Sakura told her as she finished up her pistachio-flavored ice cream. No, now actually. I'll just get one tomorrow. Hinata said. Back. How come you're blushing, Hinata? Naruto sat down and stared at her. What happened? Nothing. Sakura said quickly, sorry but I have to steal Hinata from you for now. She rose out her seat and pulled on Hinata's shirt. Come on, Hinata. Yeah, bye Naruto. She got out her seat. Wait up. Naruto got up and kissed her goodbye. See ya tomorrow. He smiled. Hinata waved bye and left the store. Hey, imagine Hinata in a swimsuit. Choji said. Pretty, see huh? Naruto imagined Hinata bending over in a navy blue swimsuit and banged his head. What are you doing imagining Hinata like that huh? Naruto shouted. Chill. I already got a girl in my sights. He laughed. How can you not own a single suit? Sakura sounded almost mad. We have a lot of work to do. I just never really went to the beach. When I went to my islands I just stayed inside. Quote. Does that mean you don't know how to sim either? Sakura asked. Hinata shook her head slowly. Sorry. Sakura slapped her forehead and sighed. Okay, first we focus on the suit, then we have to teach you how to swim. They took the bus into town and visited a shop called Summer All Year. This was the shop I visited before I got KPED. Sakura said quietly. You can tell that they have good stuff. It's out of my price range but I'm sure you can buy it. She smiled and walked in. This stuff looks revealing. Hinata picked up a top piece. It's supposed to. Here, try this one on. She pushed Hinata into the fitting room and handed her the outfit. Just try it on. Sakura told her, don't worry if it looks bad, I'll tell you. I already got mine at home. Hinata stepped out red in the face wearing an indigo one piece. It showed just how big her chest really was. Quote. How does it look? Sakura examined it for a few seconds. Pretty good. But I don't think it's the best one here. She ran to the rack and came back with another outfit. Try this one. This went on for 2 hours. When they had finally decided on a bikini, Hinata called Midori to pick her up. Hinata stared at the shopping bag in her hands. It really looks great on you. Sakura assured her. Would I lie to you? It's not that. I'll just feel weird wearing it. I don't want to attract attention to myself. Naruto will love it. She nudged her. I would have bought it but it doesn't work with my figure. She looked down her shirt at her small chest and sighed. Hey, can I get a ride home? Sure, I don't see why not. She smiled. A few minutes later Midori came and picked him up. She dropped Sakura at her house and left. The rest of the week went by pretty fast. Sasuke complained at how vicious Lee's training was. Naruto and Choji had gotten detention for sleeping in Kakashi's class Thursday, and Sakura had been busy with Hinata trying to teach her how to swim. They had all agreed to meet up at Hinata's house. She would provide the transportation. So this is Hinata's house, huh? Choji stared at the house. She must be living the life. The group, minus Naruto, had already gathered outside her gates. They all wore loose clothing and had a backpack with them. Naruto finally arrived. She's still not out, he said as he joined them. He took his phone out and called Hinata. Hinata, we're already outside. I know, it's just. She sounded worried. What? Never mind, you'll see when I get out. What happened? Shikamaru asked. Beats me. Naruto hung his phone up. A few minutes later the gates opened and out came a large red van. Hinata came out the front side door. Hey, we're all going to sit in the back. She opened the doors and out jumped Hanabi and tackled and pinned Naruto to the ground. Hi, guess who's coming? She smiled pointing to herself. Naruto smiled at her. Hey Hanabi. The group turned their heads to Hinata. What gives? Sasuke asked. My dad would only let me come if she came along too. Hinata explained. Naruto got Hanabi off of him and got up. Doesn't matter. He jumped in the van. Let's go already, he said with a smile. We agreed to meet Temari there by 9. It's 8:20. Don't got to tell me twice. Hanabi jumped back in, with Hinata following. One by one the others got inside and they set off. It took 30 minutes to get the beach. They parked and went to find a good place. The beach wasn't really crowded. At most there must have been 60 or so people there. They found a good place near a cliff-like structure that gave off a nice shade. Shikamaru got his phone out and called Temari. Hey, we're near the cliff, where are you? Behind you. Temari giggled as she jumped in front of Shikamaru. Surprised, yeah? Kinda. Shikamaru said. We're gonna go to the changing rooms. Me too. She looked at the group, same people as last time. Plus 2 more. That's Sasuke, remember him. And that kid over there is Hinata's sister. Temari ran to them and introduced herself. Hi everyone. She spun around. Hope you don't mind, but I also invited some people. Sakura smiled and waved as she laid the towel on the sand. Ino stared at her for a while. Who is she? She asked. That's Shikamaru's girlfriend. Choji answered. Yeah. Now come on girls, we need to go get changed. She ran towards Hinata and Sakura and led them to the changing rooms. Hanabi and Ino followed. You guys go on ahead. Naruto said, I'll watch over here until someone else comes back. Sasuke nodded and went to the room with the other guys. Hinata, in a suit. I can't wait. He smiled to himself. Hinata took the bag off her shoulder and put it on the bench. She gulped and opened the bag. She took the suit out and removed her shirt. She unbuttoned her jeans and took them off. By the time she had folded her clothes, Temari and Sakura had already changed to their bikinis. Sakura wore a simple 2-piece red bikini, and Temari wore a 2-piece camo-colored bathing suit. You're still not changed, Sakura said. Hey, you're wearing the same thing as me. Hanabi cried. She and Sakura were wearing the exact same suits. What a copycat. Having the same size BS as me and stealing my outfit. Why you? Sakura growled as she chased her around the room. Hinata laughed and took off her remaining clothes. She changed into the bikini and the girls walked out and returned to their spot. Shikamaru and Choji were standing guard. So what do you think? Temari flashed a pose. Shikamaru took one look and remained speechless. I'll take that as a good. She giggled. Where's Naruto? Hinata asked nervously. Whoa Hinata, you look amazing. Choji complimented her. She wore a white bikini with light blue stays on the side of lower part. TTT, thank you. She blushed. There he is. Naruto, check out your girl's bikini. Choji waved his arm. Hinata's blush got redder as she turned around. Naruto saw her and his mouth dropped. I know her. Pretty good, just like I told you. Choji laughed. Hinata. Naruto started. Hanabi cleared her tea. What about me? She leaned forward showing off her chest. Naruto laughed. Yeah, you look really cute Hanabi. Thank you. Hanabi giggled, even though she stole my look. She glared at Sakura. Sakura let out a low growl. What about me? Ino cried. I want to be complimented. Where's Sasuke? There. She ran into the water and swam towards him. Last one in the water packs everything up. Temari ran ahead with everyone chasing her, except Naruto and Hinata. So, it looks good? Hinata asked. I got it this week with Sakura. Good. It looks fantastic. He hugged her. Want to go for a swim? Then not too far out. She said. Can't swim. He grinned and Hinata nodded. Alright, come on. He held her hand as they walked to the water. The waves splashed Hinata legs. She whimpered, it's cold. You'll get used to it. Naruto led her into the water nice and easy. See, it's not so bad. Watch out. Choji yelled out. Naruto turned around and got hit in the face with a beach ball. Sorry. Temari shouted from deeper in the water. I didn't mean to throw it so hard. Toss it back. Naruto grabbed the ball and threw it as hard as he could to her. Temari dove under the water to dodge it and then re-emerged. That's how you want to play, huh? She smiled and grabbed the red and blue ball behind her. She threw it at Naruto, but he dodged out of the way and it hit Hinata in the chest. Hinata giggled and threw the ball at Naruto's head. They spent about 20 minutes tossing the ball around. Choji and Shikamaru joined in. Sakura had decided to go back on land and work up a tan. The sun is just right, she sighed. She poured tanning cream on her hands and rubbed her legs and belly. I'm gonna look great. She lay back on her towel and put on sunglasses. Naruto and Hinata enjoyed a nice swim near the shore. Temari and Shikamaru went back to their spot to talk and catch up on things. Sasuke had the displeasure of having Ino following him everywhere he went. At noon everyone gathered up at the food shack to eat. They sat at 2 tables: Hinata, Naruto, Sakura, and Hanabi, and on the other table sat the rest of the group. Hey, good Titan Sakura. Naruto complimented her. Thanks. Sakura blushed and looked away. Yeah, good job on it. Hinata said. You want? Hanabi glared at Sakura. What do you want? Sakura hissed at her. Nothing, yet. Hanabi squinted her eyes, making Sakura very uncomfortable. After they finished up their lunch, they went back to the beach. It's too early for us to go back in the water, so what do you say we play a little volleyball? Temari reached inside her bag and took out the ball. There's a net over there and we have almost even players. Sounds fun. Ino smiled. She ran and clung onto Sasuke's arm. We're on teams. She giggled, as Sasuke groaned. Everyone split into the teams of 4, the couples versus the singles as Hanabi had named them. First to serve was Hinata. She hit the ball over the net and Sasuke jumped up and spiked the ball back down. 1 point the single people. Hanabi said, marking the score into the hot sand. Sorry. Hinata laughed. Don't worry. Temari patted her back. It's all about fun, right? The match went on. Hanabi had gotten bored and went back to the water. She stayed close enough to keep an eye on the game, more specifically Sakura. She eyed her the whole time they played and noticed that she was paying attention to Naruto. Blushing when Naruto complimented her, could she like Naruto too? This is gonna be good. She laughed to herself and dove underwater. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.